To Beijing and speak to Victor Gao, who is chair professor at Soochow University. Victor, great to see you. We just ended that report there from Sarah Morris with a clip of Boris Johnson, the British Prime Minister, Mike Pompeo, the US Secretary of State. I mean, there's a lot of opposition to this new security law. In terms of that international reaction, what difference might it make to Beijing and what difference might it make to the territory of Hong Kong? I mean, this is a major international financial hub. Could it be that international companies operating there will think we may not want to work there anymore? And that will, of course, mean Beijing losing billions and billions of dollars.
First of all, the enactment of the Hong Kong national security law is already a fait accompli, and it will be a megatrend enshrining the one country, two system for the coming decades, all the way up to 2047. No matter how much pressure the United States or United Kingdom want to apply to that, nothing will be changed. Let's accept that as a fact. Secondly, this national security law is long overdue. It should have been enacted as early as July the 1st, 1997, exactly at the time of the transfer. For very obvious reason, Hong Kong could not have it done because of foreign interference, because of domestic interference in Hong Kong. And this is the reason why the National People's Congress in Beijing has to do it by amending the basic law to have it enacted for Hong Kong. Now, this national security law is only targeting 4 particular offenses, like subversion, like terrorism, like colluding with foreign countries to launch these offenses. And the majority of the people in Hong Kong will not be affected by this. And Hong Kong will remain as a democracy. And Hong Kong people will continue to enjoy their rights and human rights. So this is the reality. And no country in the world, anywhere in the world, will tolerate their sovereign territory to be abused or misused by any political force to constitute a threat to its own national security interest. Let's be honest about the reality here in Hong Kong.
Absolutely. Victor, I totally agree with you. It was 2003, wasn't it? The chief executive of Hong Kong tried to pass a national security law, and it was always understood after the handover that Hong Kong was supposed to pass this kind of law. But I have to take issue with you calling Hong Kong a democracy, because at the end of the day, if people can't vote for the chief executive that they want, that chief executive being vetted by Beijing, that's not a true democracy. But let's not debate the meaning of that particular word. You say it's fait accompli. That can be completely accepted as well. But surely now it becomes an issue of how the law is actually policed. What we've seen today is at least 370 people being arrested for protesting, and the police themselves admit that about 10 of those people have been arrested for contravening this new national security law. One was a teenager, apparently, who was holding an independence flag. I mean, come on, how is that going to go down with the people of Hong Kong, especially the young, who think that they would like a certain lifestyle, and while they might admit they're part of China, are at least saying to China, don't be as hard on us as you have been on with the people on the mainland, because Hong Kong is different?
Well, first of all, people in Hong Kong will continue to enjoy all the rights, human rights, protected by the law in Hong Kong, including the right to assemble and the right to demonstrate and protest, if they do that legally. Now, anything relating to advocating Hong Kong independence, for example, will be completely, absolutely prohibited from now on. And anyone, any political force, foreigners or Hong Kong residents advocating for Hong Kong independence, separation from mainland China, will be absolutely prohibited and be dealt with as criminals. This is exactly the essence of the national security law, and people in Hong Kong need to be educated and need to really live up to the reality. Now, Hong Kong will enjoy greater stability starting from today, and I don't think what we have seen over the past 12 months in terms of chaos, attacking the people, breaking up rule of law tradition, destroying the atmosphere for doing business in Hong Kong will continue. Anytime soon, there will be some clashes, for example, for a few days, but for the long term, in the coming days, months, and years and decades, Hong Kong will be a shining example of one of the best places to do business and to live in the whole world. And I think this will be the track record that Hong Kong and mainland China want to demonstrate to the world. Hong Kong is the best place to do business and feel confident about the future of Hong Kong. And tomorrow of Hong Kong will be better than the last 12 months.
There are some countries, the UK is one of them, Taiwan is another one, that putting in place processes that might possibly help, not necessarily encourage, but will help any Hong Kongers who think that actually it might be time for them to leave the territory. What do you make of the actions of those countries?
First of all, Taiwan is not a country. Taiwan is an integral part of China. And for countries like the United Kingdom, for example, to offer abode or offer citizenship to the 3 or 4 million residents of Hong Kong. First of all, I don't think it will happen. The British didn't do that before 1997, and I don't think they will be honest in living up to that promise this time in the aftermath of the enactment of the national security law in Hong Kong. Secondly, people in Hong Kong are very pragmatic, and they love Hong Kong. Hong Kong is the best place to live and do business. Comparing Hong Kong with Britain, I don't think a lot of people want to choose Britain rather than staying here in Hong Kong, mainly because their rights and their citizen rights of being residents of Hong Kong will be protected unless they want to stir up trouble, unless they want to advocate Hong Kong independence, for example, unless they want to involve foreign forces in the challenge of China's sovereignty right over Hong Kong. I don't think there will be a lot of people who need to worry about the national security law in Hong Kong. Only those vicious forces who want to break Hong Kong away from China need to worry, and they will have no peace of mind from today on. Hong Kong will never tolerate such political forces advocating for Hong Kong independence.
Victor, we always appreciate you appearing with us on TRT World. Thank you so much, Victor Gao, speaking to us from the capital of China.
Thank you.